I'm Holly Hurley for WorldViewz. Tonight we're going to be talking about how fare evasion relates to social networking sites. Usually you wouldn't think about putting words like Twitter and MBTA in the same sentence, but here in Boston we've actually seen a huge impact on the way riders ride and how they communicate the problems that they're having to their local governments through social networking sites. To deliver that story for us here in Boston, we have Jessica Moskowitz. Jessica?
Hi, I'm Jessica Moskowitz with WorldViewz, and we're here today in Coolidge Corner in Brookline, Massachusetts, and we're talking about how social networking sites and the web are giving riders on the T an outlet to air their concerns and actually report their sightings of fare evasion. Next year, the MBTA plans to increase fares, some upwards of 22%, in the hopes of aiding a growing deficit. Some say these fare hikes may lead to increased fare evasion. While fare evasion revenue loss is unknown, officials say it could be as much as 3% of annual revenues, which totaled $441 million in 2008 alone. The MBTA is not taking this loss lightly. In 2007, the MBTA launched the Charlie Card system and other laws, including undercover transit police on MBTA property with the ability to issue tickets on the spot to curb evasion.
Oh, a fare evader? I think I've been guilty of that before.
Oh my God.
To be honest, I'm being truthful. Okay. I think I might have evaded a fare or two in my day.
I know Twitter, and I'm aware of the MBTA, but I've never heard of snitch tweeting.
Snitch tweeting, is that what you call it?
That's what I would call it.
That's great if they do catch them. I'm not going to necessarily tweet or blog about it if I see fare evaders.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've noticed that people commonly evade their fare, on the B line, on the street level and stuff, so.
I don't know that it's going to be effective because I don't know that it's such an issue about hotspots as it is about certain people that are continually doing this, no matter where they're getting on or off.
For now, it appears an upcoming transit fare strike is imminent for the MBTA, but at least faithfully law-abiding passengers can rest a little easier, in part thanks to RideFare. From January to June, T-Police issued 1,400 citations, compared with the same for all of 2008 and roughly 800 in 2007. To report your fare evasion sightings or to get in on the conversation, visit ridefare.org or twitter.com/ridefare. For WorldViewz, I'm Jessica Moskowitz in Brookline, Massachusetts.
Thank you, Jessica. Now we're going to go to Los Angeles and talk to Julie Marie. Julie?
Hi, I'm Julie Marie, and I'm standing here at one of the bus depots in Los Angeles County to talk about how people are using social networking sites to voice their concerns, as well as how these social networking sites are promoting a new service that will ease a bus rider's experience. In Los Angeles, roughly 365 million people use the Metro bus system. There are 191 bus lines as well as 5 rail services that run from Long Beach all the way to the Chatsworth area. To accommodate the growing number of riders, social networking site Facebook is promoting a new service for LA County residents called Google Transit. Using just a cell phone, riders can get fast updates on what bus or rail to take.
I think that sounds pretty good. I think that might catch on, particularly when you're out of town on strange routes in a city you're not that familiar with. It's very disconcerting to wait a long time for a bus and be not sure whether the bus is actually running anymore.
I think it's probably a good idea just so that, people that are coming in from, out of state or even that aren't familiar with the train system or the bus system, familiarize. It helps people familiarize more.
People are also using Twitter to set up sites where bus drivers and riders can talk about their experiences. One site called I Will Ride was set up in support of getting the Metro Gold Line to further extend its services. But to do this, money is needed, and some people are not happy about the projected fare hikes. Fare evasions are most a problem on the Red Line, where people are on the honor system to pay the correct fare.
Everybody needs to pay their fare. Nothing is free, but I see a lot of that. Hopefully something will be done about that.
It's just $125. Why don't people just pay that?
There are secret police who could ask for proof at any time, and if a rider is caught without a ticket, the fine could be as much as $200. Currently, as it stands, a one-way trip aboard any metro, bus, or rail is only $1.25, and for an all-day pass, which is good up until 2 a.m. the following day, is just $5. But this could change at any time. In Los Angeles County, Julie Marie for WorldViewz.
Thank you, Julie. Now to the opposite coast, we're going to visit New York City, one of the largest public transit systems in the country and obviously one of the most often used. We're going to visit Stefania Jimenez, our correspondent there live in New York. Stefania?
I'm Stefania Jimenez in New York City, and as we all know, the Twitter craze is pretty much caught on in parts of Massachusetts as far as how it relates to public transportation. But how did it turn out in the Big Apple? We'll find out. NYC is the largest city in the country, and considering over half the people who work here use public transportation on a regular basis, things are bound to get a little murky for travelers. Most of them use the subway to get around, and between construction delays, accidents, and service changes, New Yorkers have come to expect the unexpected when it comes to getting to their destination. But that may be changing. Just this summer, the New York State Department of Transportation set up Twitter accounts for all of the city's subway lines. So now commuters can know ahead of time if there's any trouble with a certain train line. The site is twitter.511ny.org, and you can also access traffic information for different regions throughout the state. But it turns out not very many New Yorkers are in on it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm familiar with Twitter. I don't Twitter.
Okay, I just signed on Twitter, so I don't know really much about Twitter like that, so I just found out.
But some say now that they know about it, they'll check it out.
I might check it out.
Definitely, because it'll help. I'm very organized and meticulous in the morning, so I like to know.
But when it came to the question of fare evasion, nobody we spoke to held back. You see, people now get fined $100 if they're caught jumping the turnstile or trying to avoid paying the $2.25 fee. So these New Yorkers had a bit to say when I told them about Twitter snitching.
Would you do that? Yes, because it's wrong to hop the turnstile. It's wrong to do that, period.
I mean, I don't think it's fair that they charge $2.25 for the train fare, but it's not fair that I'm paying my $2.25 and somebody else is just jumping over and not paying.
It's not fair. Money's tight for everyone, but, a couple of bucks, still it's only $2.25.
So the jury's still out on how New Yorkers feel about Twitter snitching. But as far as how New Yorkers feel about the MTA's Twitter page, let me just tell you this much. In late September, that said page that we were telling you about earlier was just shy of 1,000 followers. So what does that mean? Only time will tell. For WorldViewz in New York City, I'm Stefania Jimenez.
Thank you, Stefania, for that insightful report. We sure appreciate you down there in New York City. And for WorldViewz, I'm Holly Hurley. Make sure you visit all of the sites that you saw today for more information about the fare evasion versus Twitter and how the two correlate. And of course, for tonight, we're going to say we'll see you next time.